x-intercept. What is the x-intercept here with these graphs?
-4.
All right, it is 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, you do not have to write this as an ordered pair, because what does this word right here already tell you? It already tells you it crosses, right? And when it crosses, you already know that that is for 0. So when you hear that word intercept, automatically you're thinking what number? 0, right, Sebastian? Okay, so here we go. Y-intercept. I don't want you to write the order pair of 0, 3, because I see that it says intercept, so I already know that it's going to have a 0 in it. And then this just tells me where it's at. Does that make sense to everybody? Oh, I know. I'm done the other. Thank you. All right, slope-intercept form. What's slope-intercept form? Y. So there you go. You need 2 things from that off of this graph. What 2 things do you need? The slope and the y-intercept. Very good. The M and the B. All right, so what is the M? And what is slope? Something over something.
Rise over run.
There you go. Rise over run. Just rise over run in this case. So you go 1, 2, 3, you rise.
When you run.
Which way am I running?
Negative.
Negative, because it's left, right? So this will be y equals -3 over 4x. Doesn't matter where the negative goes. It can go either way, all right? What about the B?
Plus 3y.
There you go, plus 3. All right, standard form. The A, B, and C are just numbers. They're just numbers, okay? So what are the only letters that are in standard form? X and Y. What do you notice is so special about X and Y? They're on which side, Luke?
Left.
The left. All right, so let's take that slope-intercept form. My Y is already on the left. How do I get my X over there?
Yeah, the name
Okay, I want to move that whole thing over. Yeah, add it. There you go. I want to move. It is subtract, so I'm going to add it over here. Does that make sense? And what kind of Y is that? So I'm going to put a plus Y equals 3. Y'all okay? All right, and here we go. 2 things cannot happen with standard form. 2 things with standard form. The leading coefficient cannot be negative. Do I have a leading coefficient that's negative? No. And you can't have a fraction. So what's the trick to get rid of fractions? There you go. Cannot have a fraction for standard form, and you cannot have a negative leading coefficient. Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, you are correct. So that is your standard form. All right, let's fly through number 10. But number 10, be careful about the graph. What do you notice? Go. It's talking about what, Dalton? 2's. So right here, what's the x-intercept? There you go, -5. And what's the y-intercept? +5. There you go. All right, y equals mx plus b is is a slope-intercept form. So if I'm here and I'm going to go up, how many am I going to go up? 5. And I'm going to go which way? Positive. So I want you to get out the word over, okay? That's I think that's middle school that they teach you over. I want you to say left or right. That way you know if it's positive or negative, okay? So you're going up, which is positive, and you're going right, which is positive. So you've got 5 over 5, which is 1, right? And then your y-intercept is 5. So I can just rewrite that as perfect. All right, what was so special about standard form again? What's so special about it? Okay, but where is everything, first of all? Before what needs to be on the left-hand side? The x and the y, right? Then, Kira, we can talk about something else in a minute. So how do I move this x over here? And look, you don't want to write it. You don't want to write it y minus x. Which one's got to come first? The x has got to come first. Alphabetical order, yes, sir. You cannot have fractions, and you can't have a leading negative coefficient, okay? So I can either divide by -1 or multiply by -1. Same thing, because 1 is 1. Do I care if the y is negative? Do I care if the 5 is negative? The only thing I cared about was that the leading one was not negative.
Why is it x plus 5?
Because that's what my standard form was earlier. 5 divided by 5 is 1. You're going to be there forever, but 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You'll get there. Eventually.
But it's forever in a day.
Forever and a day, yes. Alright, here we go. That makes sense? Y'all okay? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Alrighty, here we go. ACT, if you did not grab one already, they are on the table over there. So go get one real quick if you haven't grabbed one. And what numbers are we doing?
We're doing
11 and 12, which means we have how many minutes? 2. There you go. Don't cheat. Don't start yet. Don't start yet.
Cheaters never.
Don't even start it. Instigating people and then having other people yelling at each other. Y'all must have lost y'all's minds. All right.
Are you allowed to use your graphic calculator?
Yes, ma'am, you are. Yes, ma'am, you are. See, adding 4 plus is allowed. It is. Now, there are several graphing calculators that are not allowed, but the one that I want you to have, you are allowed to have. So, that one you're allowed to. Yep. All right, here we go. Let's talk about, since we're on the subject, here we go. Let's talk about the ACT. You ready? Look on the board up there. I think I showed you this yesterday, right? Did I show you this yesterday? No? Okay. The next ACT is September 9th. If you are not signed up yet, I'm sorry, you're too late. You cannot sign up for that one. But the next one is October 28th. The deadline to register is September 22nd. You can do a late registration, but they're going to charge you a fee, an extra fee. Does that make sense? Okay, where do you go to sign up for the ACT? You know what? ACT website. ACT.org. Make sure you go .org. Okay? Yes, you don't want to go there. ACT.org. And you're going to need your mama, because your mama has her credit card. You can't do it by yourself, so don't worry about doing it right now. The next one after that is December 9th. The registration deadline is November 3rd. The late registration is going to charge you a fee, but you can still register. Feel free to take a picture of that if you would like. And when we come back, we will be in the new school, and we will have more dates on the board when we get back from Christmas. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes, sir.
Okay. In order to get into college, do I have to take the ACT plus writing?
No.
I can take it normally?
Yes. All right, so last thing about the ACT. You ready? Ready? There are numerous problems on the ACT that are going to be very, very easy once we learn Trig. But until you learn Trig, you're not going to know what in the world that they're talking about. Are y'all okay with what I'm saying so far? So if your mom and dad says you can only do so many ACTs per year, like say it's only like $35 to take, but that can be a lot of money for some people. So if your mom and dad says, hey, you can only take it 3 times this year, please wait and take the 2 that are in April. If you're a junior, that's free for you at school, but if you're not a junior, you got to pay for it. April and June. Those are going to be the 2 best dates for you, because in April, you will have learned all of Algebra II, and we will be starting Trig. And then by June, you will have all of Algebra II and all of Trig, and so June will be a very good date for you. Does that make sense to everybody? But December will be a very good date too, and it never hurts to take it cold turkey and just kind of see where you are, and then you can just go from there, okay? All right, does that make sense to everybody? Is it 2? I thought it was just once. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I hit the button. Thank you. Y'all okay? Any questions on the ACT? All right, don't start yet, but are you ready? Put your devices away. Put your devices away. All right, you have 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. right, here we go. Y'all okay?
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah,
Are we still working on it?
No.
Some of us? Okay. All right. So we're going to do our study guide. Your study guide you already have. It's the very, very last page on your notes on the back. Page 17. That's where your study guide always is, okay? It's always in the back of your notes. Y'all okay? This thing right here?
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of things I want you to notice. First of all, that does not say negative square root of 81. That is square root of 81. But when it got copied, it kind of messed up a little bit, okay? And Danielle, you can just use this one better, okay? And then let's look at, I would definitely make sure I paid attention to 21 and 18. And I would definitely make sure that for 29, 30, and 31, you knew how to use interval notation, okay? I know the directions do not say that, but please make sure that you know how to do interval notation. What was that? What was interval notation?
Brackets and parentheses.
There you go. Brackets, infinities, parentheses, all that good stuff. Does that make sense? Y'all okay? Yes. All right, last thing before we go. You ready? Last thing. Well, actually, two things. First thing is, I am not worried about you working all of this out. Do you have your handy-dandy phone with you?
Yeah.
Okay, pull it out real quick. Go to Google Classroom. And when you pull up Google Classroom, the very first thing that pulls up is today's date, and it has an attachment. Click on that attachment, and that document right there is a PDF. That is the key for your study guide, okay? So I am not going to you are not going to turn this into me. I am not going to grade this. So I'm not worried about you working all of these problems. Does that make sense to everybody? You certainly can if you want to. What do you think that I'm worried about you doing with this study guide?
Just don't get away.
The ones you're weak on, right, Dalton? The ones that you're weak on, do those right now in class. That way, if you have questions, you can ask them. Don't be OCD and try to go in order, and then you get home and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing, okay? Do the ones that you're struggling on first. Now, when you get home, last thing, when you get home tonight, if you've had me before, you know how this works, okay? When you get home tonight, if you have no idea how to do number, I don't know, pick one.
17.
17. If you have no idea how to do number 17, and you did not do it in class, when you get home, you need to send me a remind or email me and say, I have no idea how to do number 17. And you need to tell me what number 17 is. So probably take a picture of it and send it to me. I will have my iPad at home, and there's a cool app that I can do where I can do a video on there and send it to you, and you can watch the video of how to work number 17. Does that make sense to everybody? Anybody lost? Now, if you email me or you text me at 11 o'clock at night,
She will answer.
well, if I'm up, I'll answer, but I'm going to probably tell you, you come see me in the morning, because I'm not doing that right now. I'm sleeping, okay? But if you text me at a decent hour, like no later than like 9:30, I'll do a video real quick, and I'll send it to you, okay? Because they don't take me but 2 minutes to do. Does that make sense to everybody? Y'all okay? All right. So if you get home and you're struggling, what should you do?
Email me.
Email me a picture or a remind of what it is, okay? All right, do you see your partner? You looking at your partner? You see your partner?
Yes.
See him? All right, so go find your partner. Go find your partner, and y'all gonna work together, and all we're gonna do the whole class period is work on this study guide, okay? All right, here you go, Danielle, baby. Will y'all pass that over to Danielle? And that 1.6 is on the other side. It was
Why is
one.
the floor so dirty? It's dirty everywhere.
Well,
Like, there's orange dirt everywhere.